So in this video, we're going to be talking about the benefits of why I think really everybody should be investing in real estate as opposed to a 401k, things that you can't use leverage. So investing in real estate allows you to 1/5 or 1/4 your leverage. So if you buy a property for 100,000 and you put 20% down, you just bought a $100,000 asset. Your note is going to be $80,000. Somebody else is paying down that debt via renting out the property, which is no other asset class can you use leverage, right? If you buy a stock for $100, the stock's $100, you have to buy it for $100. You can't buy it for $20. And if that stock goes up for $100 to $120, you don't get to reap the reward of that. But with real estate, you do. So you have the ability to leverage. So if that property increases in value from $100,000 to $120, now you just have 100% return on your money, which is crazy if you think about it. So now what you can do is, let's say that property increases to $200,000 over the course of 2 years, right? Hypothetically. So you just 5x your money because you put $20,000 down. Now, not taking into consideration closing costs and those other factors, just from a simple standpoint. So now you have $120,000 of equity. Now what somebody can do is they can do a 1031 exchange and sell that property for $200,000. And let's say their debt on it, because over the course of 2 years, somebody else is paying down that $80,000. Now they owe $70,000. So now that's $130,000 in 2 years by a $20,000 investment. Now what they can do is take that $130,000, not taking into consideration closing costs and paying real estate agent fees to sell the property, just for quick math. Now, rinse and repeat. Now they can take that $130,000 and you times that by 5 and you get what? $700,000, $800,000 of a new asset. So let's say you can go out there and buy a 4-unit apartment, right, for $800,000. And that property appreciates to $1 million over the next 2 or 3 years. So now you have what? 800, you get to take that $200,000 of equity that appreciated in value, plus that 130, and that's $330,000. So over the course of 5 years, someone could take a measly $20,000 investment and 1031 exchange and defer taxes, and to roll that into a bigger property. So that's why I always tell people it's okay to start small. I bought my first property for $110,000. Put 20% down plus 3% commission or 3% closing costs. You don't have to go out there and start with $1 million asset. Start with 100, 200,000, what you can afford, right? Because what's the alternative? The alternative to not doing anything or not doing something is to not do anything, right? So a lot of people are in the scarcity mindset of, I don't want to lose money, right? But if you think 20, 30 years in the past, if you always have that mentality of not wanting to lose money, it's gonna be very difficult to build that retirement, to build that financial wealth, build that longevity. Because investing in 401ks, to ramble here a little bit about 401ks, the reason why we don't see pension funds anymore, because pension funds were employee funded, meaning that after 30, 40 years of having loyalty to a company, they're going to say, hey, we're going to pay you X amount of your salary forever. That's the employee saying, I'm going to pay you. But what they realize is that it's really expensive. The more employees you have, the more money you have to keep sending out. So, hence the 401k. 401k is not employee funded, it's employer funded. So now I make a certain amount for my W-2 income, and I'm going to have to take that check every single month and throw it into a 401k. And a 401k a lot of times is pre-tax dollars, meaning that you're investing into a pool and having someone else control the money until you're in your 60s. Pre-tax, meaning that in the future, when you take it out, you're going to have to get taxed on it. And a lot of people are going to be in a higher tax bracket when they're older, right? When they're in your 60s, you're going to be making a lot more money from your retirement income. So that money's going to be taxed at that higher bracket. Also, the fees, there can be up to 15 different fees in a 401k that can really eat into the cost. So no matter if your 401k value goes down, you have to pay those fees. So it's all about control. Who is controlling the money? Somebody else, or are you controlling the money? So that's really why I think that a lot of people should be investing in real estate. You don't have to set out to be a real estate mogul or anything of that sort. If you start buying one property every single year, it can really have a snowball effect and really set somebody up for retirement for the long term. So appreciate you taking a look at this video. If you're still here, hit this like or subscribe button, and I'll keep posting these.